On September 13, 1985, the first Mario jump-and-run game was released, being Super Mario Bros. On the NES. And since 2005, Nintendo has held a special event every 5 years in order to celebrate the birthday of our favorite plumber Mario. During these events, several Mario titles have been revealed, among them being Super Mario Bros. 35 in 2020 for the Nintendo Switch. The game looked very fun and even had quite an active player base. However, you can't play it anymore as it was only available for 6 months. In this video, we're gonna take a look at what SMB35 was in the first place and why I think that the limited release was a bad decision by Nintendo. So, stay tuned. What is up everybody, I'm Zaidu and I highly welcome you to this video. First off, I wanna say a huge thank you to everyone that has watched my latest video, as the feedback on that one has literally blown my mind. And also welcome to all new subscribers that came from that video. However, most people watching still aren't subscribed, so if you enjoy this video, be sure to subscribe, as on this channel I talk a lot about Nintendo related stuff. But now, let's start with SMB35. But what was SMB35 in the first place? In case you don't know, SMB35 was a battle royale game based on the original SMB1 in which you played through actual levels of SMB1 in a random order with 34 other players. Quickly summarized, the goal of the game was to survive the longest and to defeat your opponents while managing time, avoiding obstacles and strategically sending enemies to other players by defeating them to hinder their progress. As the name suggests, it was also part of the 35th anniversary of the original SMB1 and was free to play for Nintendo Switch Online members. However, the catch was that it was only available for 6 months, from October 1st, 2020 until March 31st, 2021. This limited release caused a lot of confusion and anger among the players, as on the one hand, SMB35 provided a new and unique way of playing Mario levels which has never been seen before, and on the other hand, as there was literally no clear reason for why this game had to be shut down anytime soon, especially after just 6 months. As far as I'm aware, Nintendo never really provided an explanation as to why the game had to be removed despite its popularity. Well, we all know that Nintendo often makes strange decisions, but this one just seemed even more odd and unnecessary. But now that we've covered how well the game was received by the Mario community, what actually made it so fun in the first place? I've compiled a few possible reasons why I think that the players loved this game so much. First off, SMB35 provided a great combination of nostalgia and innovation. The game combined classic SMB1 with an innovative and new battle royale gimmick, and this mix of old and new appealed to both longtime fans who had played the previous SMB games and new players just starting out. On top of that, it also provided great competition. As a player, it was very satisfying to compete against other players online and to prove yourself to be the best Mario player. Each enemy you defeated increased the pressure on the other players as they were sent to them, which made the game always more exciting and intense. In order to survive, it also required some strategy and tactics, which also made the game more exciting. Players not only had to be quick and skillful, but also strategic, as there were various power-ups that could be used by collecting coins, and choosing the level route and methods of attacking your opponents was crucial to success in SMB35. Furthermore, the game rounds in SMB35 were relatively short and dynamic, which made you want to play just one more round. This made it addictive and offered fast-paced fun, which also made it ideal for a quick session in between. And last but not least, the game provided a certain degree of randomness and replayability. Since the enemies were sent by other players and the power-ups were randomly picked too, each round was different and unpredictable, increasing the replayability and appeal of playing again and again. So even after playing 1-1 for the 50th time, it was different each round, which also made it fun and challenging every time playing it. All of these things made SMB35 a unique and fun experience on its own, which made the game quickly gain popularity and appeal to a large player base. Now that I've mentioned a trillion times already that the game was shut down after only 6 months, I would like to share some of my personal theories as to why I think it was shut down that soon. First of all, one possible reason, and I personally think the most likely one, could be that Mario's 35th anniversary event was technically over, as Nintendo had announced from the beginning that SMB35 would only be available for a limited time. Maybe the limited time release was a way to create more excitement for the anniversary event in order to make the event itself feel more special, unique and fun for the Mario community. I honestly believe that they didn't even expect SMB35 to be that well received by the community and to have such an active player base grinding the game, which is why they never intended it to be a long-term base game. If that's the case, then this leads me to my next theory: maybe keeping the game alive would have been too expensive and they didn't see any benefit in doing that. Online multiplayer games, especially Battle Royale ones, require constant maintenance, updates, and player support. Nintendo may have calculated that the cost of keeping SMB35 alive wouldn't justify the benefits, especially if they weren't seeing any long-term revenue potential from it. And last but not least, my final theory, which in my opinion is quite unlikely but I'd still like to mention it anyway. Maybe the limited release was intended to create some sort of urgency. In the past few years, we could notice that Nintendo likes to use limited releases in order to create artificial shortages and thus create a small hype around the specific game. For example, in 2011, as part of the 25th anniversary of the Zelda series, Nintendo released the game Four Swords Anniversary Edition, which is a revised version of The Legend of Zelda Four Swords. That game was free to play on the DSi and 3DS, however, it was only available for around 5 months, from September 28th, 2011 to February 20th, 2012. And then we shouldn't forget about Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which was also part of Mario's 35th anniversary. This game was a collection of 3 Super Mario games and, like SMB35, was also only available for 6 months, until March 31st, 2021. And by the way, in retrospect, it's so bitter that I didn't buy the game back then, as it now sells for over 100 euros on Amazon. It would have been such a great investment opportunity, but whatever. Maybe in the case of SMB35, the limited release was intended as a marketing strategy to both create a small hype around the game itself and to give the Nintendo Switch Online service subscription a little boost, as SMB35 was only available for NSO members. So, in conclusion, I would like to share a few reasons why I personally think it's a huge shame that SMB35 was shut down so early and why I would like it to come back one day. First of all, as mentioned, it offered a unique and new way to play Super Mario Bros. That hadn't been seen before or since. I really enjoyed the short and dynamic matches in this game, and when watching old footage of it, I'm actually quite sad that I didn't spend more time in this game, as it was hella fun and unfortunately can't be replayed anymore. And yes, I know there are probably hundreds of mods out there that still allow you to play the game, but I mean you can't play it the official way. On top of that, SMB35 could have been a basis for similar games of this type, such as, let's say, SMB335, SMW35, or even NSMBU35, etc. The concept of this game could have been expanded much further, as modern Battle Royale with classic Mario Jump'n'Run was quite well received and very popular among the community. That's why, in my opinion, it's a shame that Nintendo just threw away this fun concept and will probably never see a game like SMB35 again anytime soon. But either way, did you all play SMB35 back then? If so, what did you think of it? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up, and a subscription would be appreciated as well. Thanks for watching and see you the next time. Bye bye!